In Homebush, we've got a beautiful new shared path that is almost a complete waste of time and money because the project failed to safely connect it to anything else. It was built once the M4 tunnel project was finished. This area under the motorway flyovers and along Powell's Creek was landscaped to provide a nice bit of green space with playgrounds, tennis courts, barbecues and outdoor fitness equipment. It's a great spot for young families, except that young families can't easily and safely get there from north of Pomeroy Street. Now, Pomeroy Street really doesn't look like that much if you're a driver, but if you're riding with young kids, it might as well be the Berlin Wall or a tightrope across a canyon. A confident adult cyclist on their own, like me, can get across Pomeroy Street without too much drama. But try doing that with the target age group for the playground, which is kids under the age of 10. But let's wind back a bit and think about how families might get here. One option is if you live, say, up in Rhodes, you can ride along the waterfront, then down the green stretch next to Homebush Bay Drive, and from there into Bicentennial Park. You keep on going along Powell's Creek and you eventually get to Pomeroy Street. You could also drive your car to Bicentennial Park with your bikes in the back, park your car in the Victoria Road car park, and ride from there. It's a relatively flat ride, it's fine for kids and families and beginners, and the entire route up to this point is off-road. You ride through some wetlands, where you can do a bit of bird spotting, and you can admire the regeneration work that's been going on here for a few years. And then you reach Pomeroy Street, and at that point, if you've got any sense, you turn around and go home. The sensible thing would be to get to this point and find that the shared paths on either side are linked by a raised crossing across Pomeroy Street. But not only is there no safe way to get across with kids, there aren't even ramps in the most logical crossing locations. What you have to do is ride up Pomeroy Street a bit and then try and look around a truck parked on the side of the street to see cars coming down the hill at 50 kilometres an hour faster. Once there's a break in the traffic, you dash across the road into the driveway on the other side and hope that your kids haven't been run over. You're now on plain old footpath. This isn't a shared path in this little stretch, and technically you can only ride along here if you've got kids under the age of 16 with you. But just look at that new path. It's absolutely beautiful. It's shiny, it's wide, it's smooth, it's well built, it drains properly. Except it all comes to a crashing halt at this point because no thought has been put into what it joins onto next. Where you'd think there'd be a ramp, there's a curb instead. You can see that all the grass has been worn away by people crossing here because this is the desire line, but no one has bothered to fill this 50 centimetre wide gap between the path and the curb. Clearly, the scope of this project finished right here. I mean, that mud is just outside the scope of the project. The RMS, Strathfield Council, I guess Sydney Water, have never been told to get their heads together and to develop a safe and sensible crossing for families. Well, let's continue our tour. We go past this defunct bowling club, there's some more nice green space, there's a dog park, and we get to Allen Street. Now, on either side of Allen Street, there's this beautiful shared path. Again, it's wide, shiny, really well built, and Allen Street is an absolute debacle. It's a shocker. It's a terribly maintained road. It's really badly built, and thankfully they put some signs up telling people to dismount, because if kids tried to ride across here, they'll probably crash on it because it's so badly done and hurt themselves. So it's, you look at it and you think, why could a safe crossing, a raised crossing, not have been put in here? I mean, what were the project managers thinking? Why is it so difficult to build this beautiful infrastructure and then to link it properly? I mean, what are these people thinking? And this has been here for quite some time. So has it just been forgotten about? Is it going to be like this forever? Or are they eventually going to come along and go, oh yeah, this isn't working properly because we haven't linked all the sections up. We better have a project to put in some, to clean this up and make it better. Or is this it? It's done, and this is what we have to put up with forever. I mean, it's not good. It's really not good at all.